The historical weight of this fixture has undergone a seismic shift, a transformation that is as jarring as it is definitive. For so long, this was a rivalry defined by a simple, brutal certainty. Regardless of form, league position, or circumstance, Chelsea would arrive and impose a physical and psychological dominance over Arsenal. It was an immutable law of the Premier League, as reliable as the changing of the seasons. Drogba became a symbol of this supremacy, a one-man wrecking crew whose very presence seemed to dismantle the technical aspirations of the Gunners. But the tables have not merely turned, they have been flipped on their head. The dynamic has been completely inverted. Now, it is Mikel Arteta who has constructed a squad of imposing physical athletes, a team that thrives on set pieces and defensive resilience, while Chelsea, in recent years, have at times appeared to lack that same core of steely resilience. The heritage of bullying has been supplanted, and the record of just one win in 12 encounters against them is not just poor. It is fundamentally unacceptable for a club of this stature. This weekend's clash, however, arrives on the crest of a significant wave of positive momentum for Chelsea, punctuated by two pivotal pieces of team news that could fundamentally alter the tactical calculus. The return of Dario Asugo to full first-team training is a development of profound importance, one that extends far beyond a simple addition to the squad list. He was specifically recruited to serve as the understudy to Moises Caicedo, a monumental task in itself, given Caicedo's status as arguably the world's premier defensive midfielder. Asugo represents a pure, classic destroyer, a player whose primary function is to break up play, win tackles, and provide a formidable shield for the backline. His profile is distinct from someone like Romeo Lavia, who, while capable in the role, offers a more progressive, ball-carrying dimension. Asugo's return is not merely about adding a body. It is about reintroducing a specific, crucial skill set. With Caicedo having been run into the ground and not operating at full fitness, the availability of a player like Asugo provides a genuine rotational option. More intriguingly, it opens up strategic possibilities in specific game states, such as protecting a narrow lead by deploying both Caicedo and Asugo in a double pivot to suffocate the game and see out a result. The second, and perhaps more electrifying piece of news, is the return of Cole Palmer. The narrative around his fitness has been a masterclass in managerial mind games from Enzo Maresca, who initially downplayed his availability only for the player to be photographed in training. This subterfuge forces Mikel Arteta to prepare for two distinct tactical threats: a Chelsea with Palmer in the number 10 role and a Chelsea with Enzo Fernandez operating in that advanced goal-scoring capacity. Palmer's reintegration is a game-changer. He is watched from the sidelines as this team has ascended to second place, secured a statement victory over Barcelona, and seen the emergence of talents like Ishvilian, all while nursing a frustrating groin injury. The innate desire of a superstar to be at the heart of his team's success must be burning within him. Maresca has been careful to consistently remind everyone that Palmer remains the team's standout performer, and his return injects a level of creative genius and goal threat that is simply irreplaceable. Arsenal, of course, present the most formidable of challenges. Their comprehensive 3-1 dismantling of Bayern Munich, a team to whom Chelsea recently lost by the same scoreline, serves as a stark warning. Their projected lineup is a testament to their strength and depth. In David Raya, they possess a modern sweeper-keeper, while their defensive unit, likely featuring Timber, Saliba and Gabriel, is colossal, both physically and in terms of organisational quality. The midfield trio of Zubamendi, Rice and Eze forms a perfect blend of defensive steel, metronomic control and dynamic creativity. The attacking threats are multifaceted. Bukayo Saka is a world-class operator on the right, while the left side could feature either the craft and goal threat of Leandro Trossard or the raw pace of Gabriel Martinelli. The central striking role remains a point of intrigue, with the physical presence of a player like Moukoko or the awkward, effective false nine play of Kai Havertz, whose narrative of scoring against his former club always looms large. This is a team drilled to perfection, physically intimidating and defensively resolute, currently on track to challenge the Premier League goals conceded record once held by Chelsea. Confronting this Arsenal juggernaut requires a lineup that balances defensive solidity with attacking punch. In goal, Robert Sanchez is the unequivocal first choice. The fullback positions pick themselves, with the marauding Cucurella on the left and the returning leader and technical maestro Reece James on the right. The central defensive partnership presents the most compelling selection dilemma. While the combination of Chalobah and Wes Fofana was imperious in the 3-0 victory over Barcelona, the specific aerial threat posed by Arsenal from set pieces is monumental. This necessitates a consideration for the sheer physical presence of Ben Badiashile. A partnership of Badiashile on the left and Chalobah in his preferred right-sided role offers a formidable aerial shield. While Fofana is a superb defender, his recent injury history raises questions about his capacity to play every 3 days at this intensity, making a start for Badiashile the more pragmatic, physically robust choice. The midfield foundation is non-negotiable. Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez must start. Caicedo provides the indispensable defensive base and ball-winning capability, while Fernandez is in scintillating form, bringing leadership, passing range, and a potent goal threat from midfield. Their presence in a high-profile match of this magnitude is essential. This brings us to the attacking quartet. If Cole Palmer is fit, if he has trained fully, and if Maresca's philosophy of always playing his best player holds true, then he must start as the number 10. A 60-minute contribution from Palmer is vastly more impactful than a 30-minute cameo off the bench. His ability to find space, play the decisive pass, and score crucial goals is the single biggest factor in unlocking Arsenal's stellar defence. Ahead of him, the selection must be tailored to the physical nature of the contest. On the left, Garnacho's directness and dribbling make him the first-choice winger. On the right, Pedro Neto's explosiveness and creativity are vital. However, fielding an entire front three of diminutive, technical players like Neto, Palmer and a false 9 could be physically overwhelmed by Arsenal's giants. This is why the selection of a proper, robust number 9 like Liam Delap is crucial. Delap offers a physical reference point, a presence in the box to combat Arsenal's centre-backs and a threat from crosses. He can hold the ball up and bring others into play, providing a different dimension that can be supplemented later in the game by the introduction of a live wire like João Pedro against tiring legs. This setup provides a balanced, multifaceted attack capable of challenging Arsenal in various ways. It is possible that Maresca opts for a more cautious approach, starting with a double pivot of Reece James and Caicedo, pushing Fernandez into the 10. And keeping Palmer as a devastating impact substitute. The prospect of introducing both Palmer and a player like Stevel simultaneously against fatigued opposition is a tantalising tactical weapon, reminiscent of past triumphs, where superstar substitutes changed games. However, the positive momentum, the home advantage, and the sheer quality Palmer possesses tilt the scales towards a starting role. While the historical record and Arsenal's current prowess make them justifiable favourites, this Chelsea side has the tools to not just compete, but to succeed. The return of key personnel and a tactically astute lineup can reverse the recent narrative and re-establish a foundation of strength at Stamford Bridge.